received the news that Israel, the Zionist entity, has taken over the Rafah border crossing. Those of us who have been familiar with Gaza know that that is one of the only ways out and the only ways in for humanitarian trucks and people trying to escape. The Egyptians have been taking bribes at these borders, $5,000 per person. And even if you pay the $5,000, you have to wait at least a month to leave. Yesterday, I woke up to a text from a friend who had paid the $5,000 per person for 5 family members a month and a half ago. They were supposed to leave 2 weeks ago. He texted me yesterday before we received those news saying, Banan, I heard that my mom and my sisters are supposed to come out on Tuesday and my brother and father are going to come out the week after. If in the meantime they attack Rafah and they take my father hostage again, he will never be released. And we said, well, I hope you at least we'll get your sister and mom out and we'll figure out what we'll do later. A few hours later, we both received the news that Israel, the Zionist entity, has taken over Rafah crossing. What that means is even that mere hope that he had has now been crushed, because it effectively has completed its siege and completely blocked out Gaza, assisted by the Egyptian government, betrayed by the Egyptian government. And now the people of Gaza have to sit and wait to be bombed and killed and annihilated. And the resistance has to fight in a terrain that's already blocked and supported by the US, and a genocide and murder and death done by the Zionist entity. Borders everywhere represent who is allowed in and who is not. Who is a citizen, who is the national, who is desired and who is undesired. Whether it's our borders here, and whether as we see it in the most disgusting ways in Rafah. And the way to stop this is to undo these systems, is to block it, is to know that we have the power as workers, as people, to say no to these systems. And our next speaker will highlight why as students, we have the power while we encamp, while we stand, as those who are GSIs, as faculty members, as anyone in these institutions. Everyone here has the capacity to push back. Everyone here has the capacity to puncture. So please help me welcome Tanzil Chowdhury from the union.
Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. In the name of God, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Peace be upon you and may God's blessings and mercy be upon you. My name is Tanzil Chowdhury. I'm a graduate student instructor and graduate student researcher here at UC Berkeley. And I am the statewide ASC chair for UAW 4811, the union of 48,000 academic workers of the University of California. It has been 213 days since the beginning of the genocide against the Palestinian people in Gaza. It has been 193 days since the Israeli occupation forces launched their ground assault into northern Gaza. It has been 68 days since over 100 Palestinians waiting to receive food aid in Gaza City were brutally murdered by those IOF forces. I could go on listing the massacres, the uniquely horrific acts of genocide, but if I did, this speech would never end. But now, it has been less than 1 day since Israel has expanded its wanton violence into Rafah. It has also been 189 days since the last time I was invited to speak to you all in this plaza. And in that speech, I said that even in the darkness of that month, I had an unshakable faith. An unshakable faith in our movement, in justice, in Allah, that we would defeat the occupiers and colonizers, that there would one day be a free Palestine. And despite how blinding the darkness has become, Even now, where bombs fly and tanks roll into a city where just 24 hours ago, Gazans went out into the streets celebrating the prospect of peace, which Israel would later reject, I am proud to say that my faith remains strong. My faith remains strong because I know the faith of the people of Gaza, the people of Palestine, remains strong. My faith remains strong because of all of you, because of the bravery, the determination, the strength of the campers here at Berkeley, all across this country and all across the world. It remains strong because of the steadfastness of my co-workers, my fellow union members, my dear friends who were brutally attacked at the UCLA and UC San Diego encampments this past week.
Shame! Fuck UCPD!
It has been 7 days since a mob of violent Zionists attacked the encampment at LA. After the LAPD declared the encampment to be unlawful, this emboldened band of Zionists descended on the camp and subjected my fellow students, my co-workers, and some of my closest friends to hours of violence. They shot fireworks at the protesters, sprayed mace into the crowd, threw gas canisters, they kicked and attacked our members with steel rods. And the very next night, the very same police who emboldened these Zionists attacked and cleared the camp themselves, despite thousands defending the camp for hours, shooting rubber bullets at the defenders at point-blank range, leaving many severely injured. It has been 1 day since the UCSD administration ordered police, joined reportedly by Border Patrol and ICE, to clear the encampment in San Diego, just despite claiming to be in negotiations just hours before. And just an hour ago, I learned that the UCSD administration has not only filed student conduct charges against these protesters, but has also unilaterally changed its student conduct process to hand down interim suspensions, which would lock the workers out of their work site, revoke their health insurance, and evict them from student housing. The UC is so committed to its investments in apartheid Israel, so committed to supporting the genocide on the Palestinian people, that they would rather attack their own students and workers than de-escalate, negotiate, and divest. Shame! 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 Now this is nothing, absolutely nothing compared to the suffering of our brothers and sisters in Gaza. But what kind of union would we be if we didn't stand up in this moment? It is for these reasons that 6 days ago, our union, 4811, filed unfair labor practice charges against the UC and committed to hold a strike authorization vote on May 13th through 15th. UAW 4811 members all across the state at every campus are organizing right now for a successful authorization vote and to ensure that we are all strike ready on the 15th if circumstances justify. Inspired by the leadership of UAW auto worker local unions, this will be a stand-up strike. When the strike is authorized, if circumstances justify, UAW members at any campus, anywhere across the state, could be called to stand up and walk off the job at any time. Maximizing chaos at this university so long as the university continues its behavior. To the Berkeley administrators, because I know that you are listening right now, I am issuing you a warning. Do not put a hand on one more of my members. One more protester. Do not turn our campus into LA or San Diego, because if you do, not only will history never absolve you, you will have started a fight that you cannot win. Ready to defend our members, our students, this encampment, and our community. To the regents, do not obstruct progress. Do not ignore what is happening here, because you do not understand the forces you will be unleashing if you do. Instead, there is one simple choice that you can make. Instead of violence, instead of repression, you can choose de-escalation. You can choose peace. You can choose divestment. That is what our union demands. That is what this encampment demands. That is what the people demand. That you must divest. You must end your financial support for those who perpetrate and support this genocide. From the campus administration to the Berkeley Foundation to the entire UC endowment, you must make ironclad commitments now to divest from all of these. And until that moment comes, our union and the people, as the refrain grows, we will not stop and we will not rest. So say it with me, disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. We will be victorious in this struggle. My faith remains unshakable. We will win our demands, we will end this genocide, and we will live to see a free Palestine, inshallah. And on that day, we will not count the days from our most recent tragedy, and we will instead count the days from when the Palestinian people achieved their freedom, peace, and prosperity, inshallah. Free Palestine! 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 I want you all, just at the end of this, to give a shout out to some of my fellow co-workers who are setting up a contingent here at the camp. Roll that out now if you haven't done so already.